Then the Quran tells us, here the ayah says that you fulfill your trusts and you give your trust to people who are worthy of it. Allah commands yamru an tu'addu al-amanat ila ahliha, that He wants you to give trust to people who are worthy of it, which means that if you want to appoint an HOD and there are 5 faculty members from whom you can make a choice, and you make a choice for a person who is from your town, your village, speaks your language and not the other one, then it's an unfair decision made. Amanat should be given to those who are worthy of it. Every single aspect must be examined. Is the person really capable? Will the person be able to deliver? What has been the person's past track record? Is the person cooperative? Is the person productive? Will he act arrogantly or act politely once he is put in that position? All those aspects considered, amana can be given, which means it's a two-way responsibility. First on those who appoint, second on those who are appointed. Those who are appointed have similarly an obligation to say very flatly, sir, thank you very much for thinking about me, but I don't think I am capable of this responsibility. Mr. X is more capable, you can appoint him. I don't want to be having this position. And if knowing one cannot do it, one accepts, then a hadith tells us this person will not smell Jannah. If a person knows he is not capable of doing it, but he got it by some way, then he will not smell Jannah. There has to be ethical communication, which means that qawlun ma'roof, to speak a kind word and forgive people. How many of us forgive when a colleague makes a joke which we don't like and make a comment which we don't like? Then the whole period of several years which we were very nice and together is forgotten, and only that one small aspect is kept in mind and we change our behavior. The Quran says no. Qawlun ma'roof. The most appropriate polite words is to be approached. The conduct should reflect Iman. Again, a big misconception we have. We have been hearing from our childhood that Iman is in heart, doesn't matter what kind of dress, what kind of talk, what kind of business is person doing. A person has Iman in his heart, but he is just adulterating things because this is a commercial practice. But Iman is there. No, the Hadith and Quran tells very clearly that your Iman must be reflected in your behavior. So Iman is measurable. Iman is not something hidden. No doubt, heart plays a role, mind plays a role, but Iman is not kept in mind or heart only, but Iman has to be reflected in my behavior. So conduct and behavior is more important. Teacher must develop a habit of raising questions, which I always request to my colleagues in our book club, the study circles, as well as in this interaction. I always say that you should raise questions, disagree with me, but till now I have failed in developing that culture in my own faculty members. I wish they could realize their responsibility and they could develop a habit of raising questions and meaningful questions on all issues possible. So the Quran tells us that means that we have to develop critical thinking, and that critical thinking means that we are fully aware of what is education, ta'lim. We are fully aware of what is tahqiq and tafaqquh. We are fully aware of what is tafakkur and deep thinking. We are aware of tazkir trying to analyze and understand things. We are aware of tadabbur, which means using your brain power. We are aware of what's the meaning of tafhim. All these words are used based on the Quran. The Quran talks about them, which means the Quran wants us to look on these terms, understand them, and become critical thinker. Critical thinking does not mean that first reject religion, then you become critical thinker, which is the concept of West. In Islamic context, critical thinking means you raise as many questions by thinking and studying as possible in order to find out what is truth and reality, how to improve, how to behave. So, the whole exercise of learning should lead us to attitude of hikmah and not just that of quantification of information. A person who has good memory may have loads of books in his memory. Does not mean he has hikmah. Hikmah means you take out of that what is relevant in the relevant situation in the most appropriate way, not by showing your pride, not by showing your command or anything else. Next please. So, every teacher has to become keen learner. Actions must confirm our belief, and prophetic model of education, where we shared all these points with you, has to be internalized. We have to make sure that we are acting based on whatever the Quran and Sunnah has given us as directives and instructions.